Good evening. I'm Nancy Dodge from YB Stamp. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and welcome to day 10 of the 12 days of Christmas. I've got two stamp sets I'm going to show you. I know I only advertised one, but I'm going to show you two. So let's get to it. The one I showed you was Scenic Garden, and this is available to hosts during Sale-a-bration. It's got, garden scenes, a pot, a fence, and a bench. And I decided to add to it Best Family Ever. How often have you gone to make a card and you're like, gee, I can't find anything appropriate for who I'm giving this card to. So now they've got everything: grandma, grandpa, niece, nephew, husband, mom, daughter, brother, great dash, so great grandmother, great grandchild, in-law, uncle, son, aunt, cousin, grand, dad, friend, sister, wife, mom, baby. Perfect, right? Hello, Kay. Thank you for joining me. So anyway, I added these to the two cards that I have mapped out today. So the first card I'm going to do, sorry about all my blobs, I was mapping out a tutorial and I forgot to change it. So I'm going to use the garden gate stamp and the little walk stamp, little cobblestones walk. And I'm going to stamp it in Memento. Get it good and inked. And then I'm going to stamp the cobblestone. All right, let's put that away. And I'm going to watercolor. I don't know how many of you have watercolored before. So I have all my inks. There are many different ways to watercolor, but I'm using the water painters. And I'm going to use the fine tipped one. So you just put water in the reservoir, and you see that moving. And then just give it see how it's getting wet. All right, so the first thing I want to color is the fence, the gate. So to use your inks for watercolor, just give it a little squeeze. You can feel that it's got a little give, and it pops up in the cover of your ink. And then just start mixing a little bit of water with what's there. If it gets too wet, you can get some water off. Pick up however much ink you want. And just start painting. You can add, make it darker, lighter, give it a worn look. Some of the gate could be darker, like pieces got replaced or just aged from sun. But this is a really easy way to watercolor. Now, because this is more of a precise gate and such, I'm going to get a little darker here. I am using the regular cardstock as opposed to watercolor paper or shimmer white. I just like the way it looks better on the plain white cardstock. Alright, there's my little gate. I'm going to close this up, and that was crumb cake. I'm just going to get rid of my ink so it's all clean. And then I'm going to start coloring some flowers. I have fresh freesia. Give it a squeeze. A little bit of water. Now they're all different kinds of flowers here, so I'm just going to color a couple of them this color, and I have some other colors here too, so we'll have a nice mix. See, I like coloring. I find it very relaxing. Some people think it's a pain, but I really like it. Plus, whoever gets this card, you know, they think, wow, look at the time and effort you put into that. And they're impressed. So, alright, I think that's enough of the fresh freesia. Get rid of the ink. Close it up. I'm going to use some polished pink. This is a little bit brighter than the other. That's okay. I like pink. I actually really like this shade of pink too. Yeah, I really like the aqua brushes. That's what they used to call them. Now they call them water painters. But yeah, there's so much you can do with it. Like you say, color a background, color whatever you want. Flowers. Now I'm doing this one first so that I can let it dry before I start mounting it onto a cover. But just a few dots here and there is all it takes to color these flowers. And I'm not very artistic. So it hides my inability. It makes us all look like artists. Let's see. How am I? I guess that's good. I'll get rid of the polished pink without putting my finger in it. And I'm going to add some pale papaya. Hopefully it'll show up on the camera. I'm going to call all these little itty bitty flowers this color. I think I just colored a butterfly. Yep, there are some butterflies in here. Should have colored it yellow. For those of you that don't know, YB stands for yellow butterfly. So yellow butterfly stands for creativity. And also because when my mom passed away, all of a sudden we kept seeing this yellow butterfly all over the place. So that's why I named my business that. Alright. Just about done with the flowers, I think. Alright, now we'll get on to the greens. I have both Evening Evergreen and Soft Succulent. I'll use the lighter one first. Whoops, didn't go. Let's try it again. There we go. Alright. Get some of this out. I think the smaller leaves are a little on the lighter side. Plus it doesn't really matter, does it? Just be creative. Put color on paper. This is such a pretty shade. I'm going to miss it when it goes away in April. I hope everybody had a good day. It's been raining here, but that's okay because I've been inside all day. My husband went out and did the errands. He should be back shortly, so if you suddenly hear a loud bang of door closing, that's what it is. But I've been working on tutorials all day. Alright, let's get some of the darker green in here. Well, I don't know if I want to refresh. Now that I have all the colors, a refresh would be nice. However, alright, Evening Evergreen. Looks kind of bright, doesn't it? Maybe it's because I have it too watered down. Looks more like shaded spruce. Oh well, we'll just go with it. So I found out that I have a 5 o'clock meeting tomorrow, or a 4 o'clock meeting tomorrow, that's going to last until 5:30. So I think I'm going to push the live up to 6 o'clock tomorrow. I'll put a note on my Facebook page so that everybody knows. But I have to be in that meeting, so sorry for the inconvenience. It's not something fun like I did last Friday night. But that's alright. Alright, I think we're good to go. And I want to put some gray here. I think I will grab, excuse my reach. I have all my stamps in front of me. I'm going to put some smoky slate on these. Oh look, I put my hand right through that. Oops. Yeah, it's gloomy and rainy here too. Alright. And I could put some blue in the background too to give it like a sky look. Just kind of creating as I go along. Maybe I'll put something over that. My finger. Alright, I'm going to pull out my balmy blue. Sorry for the noise. Oh, didn't squeeze enough. Oh well, maybe that's all I'll need. Actually, I'm going to pull out the next size, or the 2 sizes up. Here's the wider painter. I think it's good and wet enough. Maybe give a little squeeze. Make it good and soupy. I don't think I have enough ink. Let's get a little bit more. I didn't add enough water. I think I'm going to put a little bit of gray down here. Just kind of add a little texture. There. Alright, I'm going to stick that aside to dry while we do our next card. The next one, we're not going to watercolor. I'm going to use the bench and markers. So along the same line, there's also another stamp set that has these two scenes in it that I did earlier last month. And this is just all with Stampin' blends. Alright. And I'm going to do this on vanilla cardstock. So when I use the bigger stamps, so I put them side by side and then just use my great big block. But when I use the bigger stamps, I tend to do it upside down as opposed to, I don't know how you guys like to do it. Thank you. I'm not a very good colorer, but I think the products make us all artists, don't they? Alright, there's the stamp. And I pulled out my Subtles collection. And also, I thought just for the bench, I pulled out my blends, but I didn't want to blend these little itty bitty flowers. So I'm just going to give this a little texture. And I'll just blend it in. I think it's time for a new marker. It's a little soft. It's the only thing I don't like about the blends is those marker tips tend to get too soft too fast, and I don't press very hard. I know it sounds like I am right now, but I really don't. But they are a fantastic tool. I did see a video online where someone had changed the tips, but I haven't dared to do that yet. So we'll see. Don't know if I'm daring enough. I'm having problems with my printer, and I got a kit to clean the print heads. So that's my daring adventure tomorrow. Alright, there's our bench with plans. Watching the news, they had a fire at a butter plant and they had to put up barriers so melted butter. Oh wow, yeah, I bet that would be a mess. A total mess. Alright, let's see. We'll start coloring some of these flowers. Yeah, it's any of those fires that contain or warehouse items like that. They get pretty messy. You have to get the foam out, and what a mess. Alright. Gotta color these like they're two different plants. But see, I really felt I needed this fine tip for these bitty flowers, because they're even smaller on this one than they were on the first one. This is mint macaron. So it's green with a little bit of blue in it. But I thought it would be pretty on this. Alright, now we'll switch plants. Switch colors. I think I'll go with yellow. No, yellow will go in with the bench too much. How about blue? That might be kind of exciting, huh? Something different. Bluebells, I guess. Aren't there little itty bitty blue flowers that you see on the side of the road? I don't know, I'm not up to date on names. I have friends that are avid gardeners, and they'd say, oh yeah, it's a blah blah blah, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay. But I don't know the difference. I don't know the names and families. I just know they're pretty. Or they smell good. Or they make me sneeze. I do love flowers, but some of them make me sneeze. Oops, a few down here. See, they act like weeds. Alright, then I'm going to use the Pear Pizzazz. Morning Glories. Yeah, they could be Morning Glories. It would have to be morning though, right? Oops, we're going to use a little bit. My daughter likes to grow plants. She has she does have Morning Glories, doesn't she? No. Are they Morning Glories? No, I can't remember. But she has a trellis that she likes to get it to climb. Morning Glories climb, don't they? It's a lot of little leaves here. Probably would have been better off just leaving them. But then it wouldn't be colorful. Excuse me. The air is really dry. The colder the weather, the drier the air. Oh, just a few more and we'll be done. Every time I think I'm done, I see a few more. I think I got most of them. Alright, I'm going to put my Stampin' Right markers away. And I got some pear pizzazz to put it on. And I'm going to stamp Happy Birthday on the outside. I think I'll do it in the pear pizzazz. There. And then on the inside, I'm going to say, to my sister-in-law. Both of these stamps are in that stamp set. Give it some Stampin' Seal. And I remember to do it the right way. There we go. On the outside. So this is just a plain, simple card. And I have some, where did I put it? I had some gems right here. I don't know what I did with them. Oh, here they are. Found them. Just a couple of gems around. Bling it up. There. Plain and simple. Happy birthday to my sister-in-law. Alright, now the other card should be dry, and I'm going to stamp Thinking of You on the front, down here. I think I will do it in the polished pink. Make it stand out. Oh, you're in my thoughts. That's what it says. And then on the inside, Wonderful Cousin. And then I have some mint macaron. No, soft succulent. They're very similar. Alright, there's the cover. side. And then just a couple jewels. These are basic rhinestones. There. So there are the two cards for today. Now, hopefully, my comment picker is going to work. I did it differently today. So let's see what happens. So this is for yesterday's card. It didn't do it again. I don't know why. Now I'm getting frustrated. I'm going to have to find a different way to do this, because I'm not happy camper. Here are the cards that we did yesterday. So I will try again, and then I will post it in the comments in this feed. So sorry for that. I really honestly apologize. I don't know why it's doing that. It worked before. I don't know why it's not working now. But anyway, thank you very much for joining me this evening. I'll see you tomorrow at 6 instead of 5 for day 11. Have a good night.